Hello, welcome back. This is Kench1913.
And I'm Ghosty Films. Whoa.
We're Let's Playing Star Wars Dark Forces, Episode 1, Empire of Tides Monkey.
That's kind of an awkward name.
Yeah, I don't know why they named it that. Like George Lucas said, let's put a monkey in there. And then the game creator's like, no, let's not put a monkey in there.
Stormtrooper rifle's kind of useless sometimes. Yeah, there. You know, sometimes I'm on this level and I'm like, you know, as long as I'm on the Imperial Empire's home planet, I might as well, like, vandalize some shit.
Yeah, you're breaking the trash cans.
Yeah.
Wow, you're really vandalizing.
Yeah, well, there were lights
Where's Kyle's spray paint, huh? You can put the Empire Sucks and spray paint around the wall. Then some stormtrooper janitor's gonna have to come by and
scrub that off.
Kids, and he's scrubbing it off.
Whoa, I was too busy breaking.
How do these kids get in this Capitol building and they're scrubbing with their spray paint and their fancy pants.
Yeah.
Putting their pants everywhere. You know how it is, those kids nowadays.
Kids these days and their vandalism.
Yeah, wearing trousers and then leaving their trousers everywhere. It's crazy, Dan.
I know, they just leave their clothes everywhere. They don't even pick them up.
No, they don't. And then the stormtroopers, they're getting mad because they're like, how many times have I told you to pick up these trousers?
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I'm talking about stormtroopers telling kids that run around in the Empire, because, you know, Dan, even though you're killing off all the stormtroopers, there's still children somewhere, and they leave the trousers all over the place. And the word of this episode, I think, is going to be trousers. Nice. We're gonna use that word at least 50 times.
I hope so. I can't wait to hear it another 4 times.
Yeah, another 40 times. Yeah, you know, kids these days in their trousers, man, they just they don't know how to hike them up, you know what I mean? Back in the day when I was one of those kids who kept my trousers way down near the ankle area and showing your underpants, and you know, you hear these people go, hey, pull up your trousers, and I'm like, no, I'm not pulling up my trousers.
And then they say, you're a real trouser snake.
Yeah, and then you know what, Dan? It just came down to the fact where I couldn't walk anymore with my trousers down to the ankles, so I had to pull them up.
Did you just say me ankles?
Yeah.
Like you were some jolly Irishman?
Yeah, I pulled them up to me ankles. And then, and then when
I can't find me pot of gold with these trousers around me ankles.
Yeah, and then eventually when I figured out, you know what, man, I gotta pull up these trousers. And when I got them around the waist level, I was like, this is way more comfortable than wearing my trousers down near my ankles. And then I won't get this cold breeze going near my buttocks, which would make me cold.
You know what? Another pants-related word that
trousers-related word.
But I'm just saying that that's another pants-related word that needs to be brought back is breeches.
Yeah, breeches is a good word.
Yeah, I love that word.
You don't hear people say that a lot anymore. You know, button your breeches. You ever hear that, or am I thinking of something else?
Maybe you button them. I don't know.
Yeah. Breeches usually have a button. When I think of breeches, Dan, for some reason I think overalls, right?
I don't know. I just think of
overalls.
pants.
I think people wearing overalls and they button up their breeches because those things got buttons. You know what I used to like back in the day? Oshkosh Bagosh. Remember those?
I didn't like those.
I wish they would make them now for older people, because I'd wear the hell out of them.
And like bright, like colors?
Oh, yeah, they were comfortable as hell, man. I was never more comfortable wearing trousers than when I was a child. And my mother would give me clothes that I'd have to wear during the day. It was great, Dan. Oshkosh Bagosh, you know.
You sound like an old man just strolling down memory lane.
Yeah, Dan, I'm trying to remember things. Because as you get older, as most people usually get older, that's how time works. You know, you think about things in the way back days, and you're like, man, those trousers that I wore back in 1982, those are some comfortable trousers, Dan. There you go. You're finally getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Dan. Look at all those guys up there. Hey, are those dark stormtrooper guys?
Yeah, it's a dark trooper. I'm throwing bombs at him.
You better watch it. He's gonna come after you, and he's gonna give you a rightful spanking.
Where is he?
He died.
Would you stop shooting at me and let me
kill
kill this
dude? He got
dude?
killed in the line of duty. What do we got here? Someone printed out Cinco de Mayo. Salsa Crude. Look at that. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, Dan, unless you're watching this Well, obviously, maybe you could be watching this on Cinco de Mayo 2014, but Cinco de Mayo is tomorrow. Dan, are you doing anything Mexican?
I didn't even really think about it. Like,
Yeah, you
maybe
should
I
probably-
should.
Yeah, maybe go out, have a shot of tequila, say, ole! You know what I'm saying, Dan? Have you ever wanted to do that? Go outside and go, ole! And then, do this with your fingers. Dan, let me ask you this question, alright? If you could take, because you're white, alright? A lot of people don't know this, but you're white.
Yeah,
You're a very white fella,
Like-
super white, like really, really white.
yeah.
Alright,
Like,
now,
I'm
if you could
pale.
take-
Like,
if
I
you could, yeah, you're
go
very
out in the
pale.
daylight, instant sunburn.
Yeah, you almost burst into flame. That's how white you are.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dan, question. If you could take an attribute from a different nationality, alright, like let's say Hispanics, and you want their dancing abilities, what would it be? You could take any attribute from any other nationality besides white, what would it be?
Huh.
I would probably take dancing.
From Latinos?
Yeah, from Latino. You kidding me? You ever see them dance? They're fucking great dancers.
I
Me
heard.
being a white person don't have a lot of rhythm. You know what I mean?
There's a comedian named Danny Hoke who talks about how he saw this thing on the Discovery Channel
Yeah.
about how Latin people are the best dancers, and he was like, yeah, all you have to be is Latin, and that's all you
Yeah,
need.
my friend Dennis, he doesn't. He's Puerto Rican, and he doesn't even. He's like the whitest Puerto Rican I know, right? And the
Yeah.
guy could dance circles around what? The guy could dance circles around me and everyone else I know.
These are spotlights, and if they get on you, like a whole bunch of troops get out, but I kind of want them to get out, so I
Why?
always set them off because I want. There's like a room over there, and there's shields and health and ammo in there. So
Yeah.
I usually open it up so I can have
Yeah,
access to it.
yeah, Dan. But you're skirting the question.
Oh, what trait would I take from
Yeah, what about
Latinos or any race?
any race, Dan? Any race besides white, Asian.
I don't know. I feel like if I answer this, I'm gonna be insensitive.
You're gonna be. Well, I said dancing.
I feel like the best music this country has.
No, not music. It doesn't have to be music. You could be like, dude, I'd love to be Chinese because they got a
But I'm saying that I would.
working ethic or something. I'd like to take the work ethic from the Asians or some shit like that.
I'm just saying, like, the best music in this country was probably invented by black people. Like, you have jazz,
you got the blues.
rock and roll, blues, funk, like all that stuff. So I think
Yeah,
I would have.
I'll listen to me some funk.
If assuming that these stereotypes are true, then I think I would take musical ability.
No, because you're white. You saying white people can't do me? No, I'm just joking.
I'm not. I don't even subscribe to that premise. But if it was
That
true and I
white
had,
people do stuff.
yeah, because white people don't do stuff. That's
No,
an
they
ugly,
don't.
ugly stereotype that we actually do things.
Yeah, like this video right now, we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Whoa.
What do you think of that? Oh, you shot that guy point blank range, damn.
Yeah, and him too.
That was No, that was less than range. That wasn't point. It was a little below point. Look at all this. So is this the vault area? Like we're going down there?
Almost. That's how you get to it.
Yeah, but this thing keeps going down, Dan.
Yeah.
Ugh. Are we going into like Godric's Hollow or no? What's the name of that? Gringotts.
What's that?
It's also a bank, Dan,
Uh-huh.
in Harry Potter universe, where they keep a bunch of shit. We're kind of going into a bank. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like not every place has a vault. Dan, I think you've thrown enough down there. Jeez.
Sorry. What are you, the grenade police?
No, Dan, I'm the fucking guys who are like, man, I'm not the grenade efficiency expert.
Man, I was gonna go in there. Whoa.
I'm the grenade efficiency expert. And right now, you're being super inefficient with these grenades.
I blew up like
Five
guys.
I have like 35 bombs. I have 35 grenades.
Oh man.
You know, Dan, these grenades aren't cheap, alright?
But I stole them.
It takes a lot of money to make a grenade. You don't even know the technology that goes into making thermal detonators, and you're just using them all willy-nilly.
Maybe I'm taking them for granted. 'Cause
Yeah, you are. You are taking them for granted.
I wasn't raised right.
No, you weren't
I
raised
was born
right.
in a barn.
Yeah, you were born in a barn. I remember that. I remember talking to your dad one day, and he was like, that Dan, he was born in a barn with the cows. And I was like, really? He was born with a cow? No, there were more goats. And I was like, that's why Dan does really well sometimes.
Yeah, I do that really well. I'm exceptional at
Yeah,
that.
and then,
What the hell? I'm
and then
hitting wrong
apparently, I
buttons.
guess your mom, she didn't want to breastfeed you, so the nanny goat was, you know, she was there, so you just sucked on its teeth. You remember that? I don't know if you remember that because you were a wee babe, but at the time.
I was a wee little fella.
Yeah, and you sucked on a goat teeth, and that's why you like goat's milk so much.
That's why I have learning disabilities.
Yeah. Because you were supposed to be drinking human milk,
Whoa.
and instead they just gave you goat milk.
Were you? Oh,
That's
finally he
That's
died.
the dark guy. He died right in the middle of the door. That's not even fun, man. The door's never gonna close right anymore.
That was less of a hassle than I thought it would be. Usually that guy beats my butt.
So now, Dan, we're starting to encounter more and more dark troopers. Like
Yeah.
that guy, he was a dark trooper.
Yep, and there's his crotch.
Yeah. Being crushed by that door. It keeps closing and not closing and closing.
Yep.
So is that the vault over there?
Yeah, that's the building. The vault's inside there.
Oh, interesting. Well, let me ask you this, Dan. If you're in space right now...
I'm on the planet of Coruscant, Pete. That's the Imperial home planet.
Yeah, I
Remember?
remember that. Yeah. But you're in space right now, right?
Well, the planet is in space.
Does this thing have an ozone layer or something?
I would assume so, unless it's like, I don't know. Unless it's in some kind of dome.
Yeah, I can see it being in a dome. Yo, what the hell are you doing, man?
Well, you see there are guns on either side of this
Go
door.
in there and kill that Palpatine head.
Come on.
Oh, there you go. You got it. And you know what band I think you would really enjoy?
What?
John Bon Jovi.
Why is that?
I don't know, because you're wanted, dead or alive.
Wanted, dead or alive.
That's Kyle Kanane's, like, or Kyle, what's this guy's name again?
Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn, that's his favorite song.
I actually kind of hate that song. I like it's.
You know, but he loves it because he's an outlaw.
I always feel like it's so
He's not
pretentious.
a cowboy. He's not a cowboy, but he's got to steal something on his back or something. Where the hell are you going?
I'm going over to get health. I got beaten up by a dark trooper and those guns.
Oh, yeah.
I need health. But that song, it's like, maybe I talked about this once already.
I don't think so. I think this is the first time we brought up John Bon Jovi.
But it's like he plays guitar and he's acting like he's some tough cowboy, and it's like,
Yeah, he is.
on a steel horse I ride.
Yeah, he's
And
not
he's got
on
a
a steel
loaded 6-string on his back.
Yeah, of
Like
course,
that's the
when
cheesiest line ever.
No, it's not.
It is.
There's a lot more cheesier lines.
And then he like talks about how he seen a million faces and he rocked them all.
Yeah,
Really, there
well,
wasn't a single guy in those among those million that you didn't rock.
Yeah,
Like it
well,
just seems so
Dan,
pretentious.
Dan. Like, to be fair to John Bon Jovi, I've heard your songs too, and you're always talking about how you've seen 100 faces and you kind of rock.
And
most of them.
I might have rocked like one.
Yeah.
It's kind of when I sing that, it's kind of anticlimactic though.
Yeah, you're like, I kind of rock that one. I'm Dan Brown.
Yeah, he kind of like smirked a little. He might have been responding to a joke that was told by somebody sitting next to him. But I'm really confident that maybe this song
I'm
moved
taking
him.
credit. I rocked his ass.
I sing that whole thing that I just said right there.
Yeah, and then you were talking about how you were on a. When he talks about it, I think when John Bon Jovi talks about a steel horse, I think he's talking about one of those horses you get on and just walk back and forth.
Oh yeah, you know, at first I thought he was talking about a motorcycle, but you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah, he's just talking about that.
Yeah, that isn't quite as pretentious.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong about
Yeah,
John
maybe,
Bon Jovi.
Maybe you are.
Yeah.
You could be. Man.
I tend to jump to conclusions easily
yeah,
and
you do sometimes.
and like misunderstand things.
But here's the thing.
It comes with the learning disability I got from drinking goat milk as a child instead of human milk.
Yeah. But here's something I was thinking about, Dan. Next time you go up on stage and play a gig,
Yeah.
I think the thing you should do is in between sets. You know how sometimes musicians, they drink like some water or whatever, they got booze or whatever. I think that you should have on the side, right? right on the side, instead of water, you have a giant lollipop. Like obscenely giant. You just lick it for a couple of times, and you're like, you guys ready for another one? And you're just licking this giant lollipop. How funny would that be? And then your final song would be lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lollipop. Yeah, I think that'd be funny. And then you get the fans, and they'd be like, "Is this guy for real? He fucking loves lollipops." And then,
Yeah.
And then you got,
He's a happy-go-lucky son of a bitch.
yeah, and then you got like a hat, like by that Donald Duck hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Elton John did that time. Like,
That's
but he
sick.
had a whole Donald Duck suit, if
Yeah,
I'm not
that was
mistaken.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
But what you would do is you just have the hat and you lick the lolly like one of those kids back in the 1920s.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
sailor suit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to start wearing that in everyday life.
Yeah,
I have a
oh,
job interview next week.
Nice.
I could start then. Whoa.
Nice. You're getting mutilated by something.
Yeah, I'm getting shot from behind because I wasn't like. I was thinking about
That lollipop.
my new style,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings.
Yeah, that
My
lollipop.
mind was never on what I was doing, where I am, as Yoda would say
Yeah.
when he was scolding people. When he was
Yeah.
scolding the young whippersnapper Jedi.
He's pretty good at scolding.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this was one of the first games that had like diagonal walls and stuff, but
Yeah.
it wasn't advanced enough to have detail on it, so it's just blank.
Mm-hmm. But what flavor of lollipop do those giant lollies come in anyway?
I hope they come in root beer.
Ugh, root beer. I don't know, I haven't had a giant lolly in a while, like one of those, the bright ones with the swirls,
Ah,
the red and green swirls and all that, and I haven't had one in a long time.
I don't know if I've ever had one of those.
I'm not sure what flavors they are. Probably piss or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like those Harry Potter every flavored beans.
Yeah. And then you get the one that tastes like vomit.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. Like, there's probably just not just one flavor of vomit.
No, it's every flavor.
Yeah, it's like corn flavored vomit, chili flavored vomit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beer and chili flavored vomit, and then you have like all kinds of excrement.
Yeah, they could add
And-
like just a whole jelly bean like line just based on vomit.
Then you
flavor.
have like rotting whale carcass that's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
sitting,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
been washed up on the beach.
Because not every corpse tastes the same, and I should know.
I assume there are more bad flavors than good flavors in the universe.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, those beans they've got to like be horrible.
Yeah, like if there's a god and then I get to ask him a question,
hmm
maybe that'll be the question I get to ask him. Like,
Are there more good flavors than bad flavors?
Yeah, and he'll be like, what? And then he'll just kick me out and throw me in hell or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
They'll
know.
cast you out of Valhalla and laugh at you.
Out of Valhalla?
Yeah, that's what Conan said in Conan the Barbarian.
Wait, Conan O'Brien, or the Barbarian, wait a minute, wait a minute.
What?
He was a Viking guy?
I guess his culture was paralleled Vikings in certain ways.
Oh.
I don't know if Crom is a real god, but that's who Conan
No,
prayed.
Crom is not a real god. I'm pretty good with the Norse mythology, Dan. Because I read books on it, alright? I know who Thor is.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about comic books either, like books. I've read things. I published papers, a thesis on why God is, or gods, like, why there's a bunch of different gods instead of just one god. This God's bored,
Yeah.
so he made a whole bunch of other gods. Like, Zeus, or Odin, you know what I mean, Dan? And he's just so bored, he's like, let's make these other things and stuff, so that I could have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And then he got bored of them, and he's like, I'm gonna make these people.
Imagine if you're just sitting around in a place made out of clouds all day.
Yeah, you
get
get
pretty
kind of bored.
bored.
You're like, man, how many clouds, like, geez, look at all these clouds I made. Fuck, what?
Yeah.
Is anyone here to talk to? God, oh, no, he's like,
Just
oh.
Lando.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, me, instead of saying God, you know what I mean? He'd be like, oh, me. I
Yeah.
wish there were other people to talk
For
to.
the love of me.
Yeah,
For me's sake.
yeah. And then he's like, you know what, I'm gonna make a god. And then every little attribute, or every little aspect of, like, whatever he would make a god to. Like the god of, like, there's the god of tostadas, and then, like, there's a god of pizza pockets.
Yeah.
And you know, like, there's the god of pepperoni bread, and you're like,
Who's your
man,
favorite Greek god?
my favorite Greek god? That's a good question, Dan. I'd probably have to go with, like, Poseidon or something. I mean, he was like, him and Hades, like, they, you know, Hades was like the evil version of Zeus. You know what I mean? And he had to deal with the underworld because he, like, lost a bet or something. But I'd have to say Poseidon because he's, like, he's got a lot of water to deal with, and he gets to deal with, like, water.
I think I'd have to go with Dionysus.
And he's the god of wine.
Yeah, and he also made dolphins.
No, he didn't make dolphins.
Yeah, he did.
No way, Dan.
He did. He made them.
No, he didn't make dolphins. Reason being is Poseidon must have made them. They're in the water.
No, he's the god of horses, oddly enough.
And he made a horse, a water horse. I get you.
Because here's how dolphins got invented.
Alright, let's hear it.
See, Dionysus was like, he was kind of an up and coming god. Like wasn't really recognized as a god yet. I just got the Dark Trooper rifle. It shoots plasma and also shoots missiles.
Yeah, nice.
But anyway, Dionysus was this up and coming god whom nobody really recognized, and he would wander around just making wine and like drinking it up and like being a booze hound and like partying down. And so he went on this ship one time, and there were these pirates, and they tried to rob him, and he was like, "Oh no, you didn't!" And then he just turned them into dolphins, and that's how dolphins were made.
No, that's kind of neat, dude.
Yeah, so dolphins are like pirates.
Like pirates, like they were pirates, or
Yeah, like yar.
Were there like any sexy lady pirates?
I don't know, but next time you go see a dolphin, just say, "Ahoy there, matey," and then they'll like wink at you. They'll just like wink, and you can both nod knowingly.
Yeah, I think we should stop the episode here, and then next episode we'll learn more about dolphins.
All right.
Maybe find that bead ship and put parental controls on this whole thing.
Nice.
So this has been Peter Kench 1913.
Yeah, and I have been Ghosty Films.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah.